By the time 12, 13, you must have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. How far you go may be different for different people. Nobody has time for the child except open online sources. And what is there? Well, anything could be there. You must understand this, particularly with digital media, the damn thing stays for your lifetime, okay? If you wipe it off your Facebook, somebody else will be storing it somewhere.
A sharp tool is never given to someone who doesn't know how to use it. But here we are.
On Netflix, there is a show that has recently come up called Adolescence, where it portrays how a 13-year-old boy stabs a girl to death. Why is it that violence and so much hatred, why has this come into our life so early, at an early stage of 13 and 14 years?
Because everything has come in early. Those who are your friends today can become your enemies tomorrow. Those who are lovers today can become haters tomorrow. Why? Because in the transaction, what you expected, you could not get. Hello? You are in a transaction, an intimate transaction, where you have an expectation. And if it's not fulfilled, lovers will become full of hate, friends will become enemies. Every day it's happening all over. Nobody is free from it. And that will magnify manifold. When children below 15 years of age are either involved in adult-like activity, while their bodies might have been reasonably matured, but you cannot say the same about their mind, the stability of their mind, the stability of their emotions, the maturity of how they should treat another person. These things don't happen overnight. This is something that you mature into, hello? So, when you're encouraging in the name of freedom, this is becoming a norm everywhere. In the West it already is, becoming so even in the Indian urban societies, that by the time 12, 13, you must have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. How far you go may be different for different people, but such emotions which are body-based, well, a child of that age may not process that emotion in a mature manner, cannot. It's not even fair to expect him to do that. Now he thinks, see, for a 13-year-old boy, when a girl comes close to him and bodies react, for him, he's… This is how it is spoken. Even in the stories and movies, everywhere it's spoken like that, she's mine. So if for some reason, if it is snatched from him, he will go ballistic in his own way. You're fortunate, much more is not happening for whatever reasons. There must be some wisdom in them. Otherwise, these emotions can drive people to such actions very easily. It's not something that people do not know. Everybody knows, every one of you at some point when you're disappointed in situations like that, want to destroy them kind of emotion might have come up in your minds. You didn't have the courage to do it. That boy doesn't have the control to stop it. So, we are encouraging things like this and also various other aspects. Above all, children are growing up without necessary parental attention. When I say 90% of what a human being is learned behavior, it's very important. There is some source from which they learn maximum. That usually is a parent or a guru or someone like that. If you go to school, the teacher is with you for 45 minutes and the next teacher comes and the next teacher comes. Very rarely you get any kind of connect with another person who could be your guide. Very few teachers are also interested in taking such a thing up because they don't have the time, they have to go to the next class and the next class. The parents have no time because daytime they have to work, evening they have to party. Nobody has time for the child except open online sources. And what is there? Well, anything could be there. There could be something very educational, there could be something very, very damaging, all kinds of things. But the important thing is delivered by people who don't care a damn about you. You are not in touch with people in some way who hold you in some kind of love.
Here's a silent struggle happening inside almost every teenager today, inside their own minds. We see their smiling selfies, their perfect post, but beneath it, anxiety, comparison, and a constant need for approval. In recent web series on Netflix like Adolescence and Bad Influence, it shows the dark side of social media. Both the series reveals the disturbing allegations of exploitation, emotional abuse, and manipulations faced by young content creators in an unregulated industry. These shows capture the emotional highs and lows of teenager life, highlighting how pivotal and complex those years can be.
Today, you say something, good or bad, doesn't matter. We don't even want to judge it's good or bad, something private. But you must understand this, particularly with digital media, the damn thing stays for your lifetime, okay? If you wipe it off your Facebook, somebody else will be storing it somewhere. And this may come and confront you somewhere when it is not necessary after 20 years in your life. Yes. So today what you are may be embarrassing for you after 10 years' time. So, well, this social media is a phenomenal tool in our life. Never before this was possible that human beings could communicate like this. But what are we communicating? I think little more thought is needed. You take a selfie with your ice cream and do this and do that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, just a bit flaky. And tomorrow you may be embarrassed of your own flakiness. If you're not, it's okay. I'm not saying you should do it or should not do it, but little more judiciousness would stand by you through the length of your life, because today what you do should not come and confront you much later.
As we said earlier, a sharp knife is neither good nor bad. It depends on the hands that wield it. Social media is no different. When an adolescent mind, untrained in handling its own emotions and thoughts, is exposed to a barrage of opinions, comparisons, and curated perfection.
Largely, it is social media and online influence. I'm talking about the urban children. It's not yet so in rural parts of the country and in the world, fortunately, but it'll change. That'll also change very soon. So, largely the biggest influence is commercial forces who don't care a damn what happens to you. That's not a good care to be under. This has to change. I think Australia has taken a bold step. Below 16, I think, you cannot have a social media account or something like that. Is that correct? Below 16. But you want to be a social media influencer by the time you're 12. How do you do that? So, this is a serious flux, our inability to understand that technology is here to serve human well-being, not the other way around, has led to this. We are like little children, excited about every little thing that comes our way and make that the whole thing about life. Something came, Facebook came, we could no more see anybody's faces, it was all on the book. Then that goes down and something else comes up. Like this, every little thing, just an app comes up. and the whole world gets captured by that. So, this is very childish. I believe in another 25, 30, 40 years' time, people will mature and not be excited about every technological step that happens. People will choose what to use, not to use. I hope that maturity arises. I think it will, because human intelligence is something you can trust at some point. But in 30, 40 years, how much damage happens, how many lives will be lost, that is a terrible prospect.